got involved in Defend NHS about 4 years ago. I've been very committed to the NHS as a public service which is free at the point of delivery, which is a kind of a human right, really. I think being active on an issue gives me a kind of sense of humanity. I feel a sense of more empowerment. By being active, I feel I get rid of some of that sense of, oh, well, it'll never change, and the feeling of miserableness and the feeling of anger. I think personal history and involvement is quite important. And I think my mother asking me questions about things that I thought or believed was quite helpful, and it provoked that kind of mentality in me. It was also my uncle's influence. He used to come to our house from time to time, and he fought in the Spanish Civil War. I realised how extraordinary it was for somebody to be so committed to risk their life, literally going to Spain to fight fascism. That sense of people who are aware and committed and have a moral compass to take those actions could have far-reaching effects on the world. I think nearly everybody in the Defend NHS group, which I'm involved in, has got some personal story which they will tell you. I think the stories also help to form you as well, because we choose the stories, and that is it is like a seed for the next generation. It's something which is a resource, and just as our mothers, fathers, friends, mentors, people that influenced us, tell us some of these stories, maybe from their own experience at times, they actually crystallize something which can reveal to you what is going on and what's wrong and what needs doing. There's a lot of complexity in the way that the NHS is being privatised, so most people are not very aware of it. We know that there is what I would call a social movement from above, an apparent reorganisation, a new plan, a 5-year strategy moving forward. But the moving forward is about setting the structures so that they can be easily privatised, and that's what we need to oppose, as well as the destruction of the individual treatments that are going on. It is a systematic, long-term, 20, 30, 40-year plan, and it's not a conspiracy theory. It's all above board. It's there to be seen, and we need to see it and think, is that the kind of society we want to live in, or do we want something better? There are countries where the service is very, very poor, the United States, for example, and people can't afford it and don't go for medical treatment. And that, to me, seems an incredible loss of a human right. To not go in to have something dealt with when you're ill because you can't afford it is a human injustice. We should see that as a social justice issue, as a principle, and then to apply that principle. And instead we are destroying the way that it's being delivered and destroying the principle. Certainly if we do nothing, the best way for the whole privatisation of our public services and the denigration of our social security and social solidarity, if we don't say anything, it definitely will go. I would never complain about people that don't do anything. They might just do one small thing, and that might be enormous. Never underestimate how thousands and thousands of small actions by individual people might change things.